you might be able to see, might be a little glitchy, but as you might be able to tell, I'm moving offices again. And this is because I simply believe in myself. I believe in my potential in 2025 to come into my own. I'm a father of 4. My wife is pregnant. She's about to go anytime. And this is my time. If I'm working for an employer, which I've actually had a colossal amount of jobs in the last 13 months because I work in the therapy and treatment industry where people are wretched, there are scammers, and my last employer actually was not one of those, but they just simply did not recognize my potential. And I'm 42 years old. I only have so long before I don't want to be doing this anymore. And ultimately, if you don't believe in me, I will not believe in you. I will not work for you. And if you don't see my potential, I ultimately have to bounce. Now, as a dad, our time is worth exponentially more, and that's why men who are fathers make approximately 11% more per annual salary than do men who are not fathers, who aren't married, because we have the protective instinct that's necessary to go hard for our families. And ultimately, that is our role as dads, and that's why we make more money. And so if I don't have growth potential within a place that I'm attempting to provide value to, which I always attempt to do, especially to my clients. As a therapist, I want them to succeed. I want to see them grow. But if I can't grow within that place, my time is ultimately worth at least $50 an hour. And when I'm at home, it's exponentially more valuable than that because my children and my time with my children is the ultimate goal. So it is up to me to provide a vehicle so that I can get to a place where my family will be well protected and well provided for. And I have to at least outpace the inflation that's been occurring in our country over the last 4 years. It seems like every year things are at least 10% more expensive. And so if I can't be exponentially growing in what our income is for our family, then I cannot do whatever it is that I'm being asked to do. And here's another thing I've realized about myself. As you could probably tell if you watch the channel, I am somebody who enjoys a good scrap. I also enjoy being able to have irons in multiple fires. And so if I can't be making community connections, if I can't be pursuing my passions, and especially if I cannot be attending what it is that I feel compelled to attend with my children, then I really cannot maintain my employment with you if I'm missing out on my kids' winter programs or Christmas specials or any of that type of stuff. It is up to me as a dad to value my time well and be able to provide for my family in a way that has exponential growth, because truthfully, everything's cost has exponential growth right now. So I have to develop my employment potential in a way that has at least the same amount of growth that the inflation does. So it's up to us as dads to be able to seek and find, believe in yourself enough that that exponential growth is possible, because gosh darn it, my family deserves it. I am in a position now where I'm 42, so we have to replay the hits, right? I am worth at least enough to provide for my family over the long haul, and that is going to be at least $50 an hour. We own a home, we have, you know, a multitude of kids. It's up to me to be able to provide that $50 an hour. Now, we started homesteading, homeschooling, and working through everything within our household, the original governmental structure within our household, so that we can be able to enrich our kids' lives in a way that starts at the home. And so if I cannot spend enough time at home, if I'm being asked to drive hours or to provide hours that are over and over and overtime hours, I will not do that as a dad, because my time at home is more valuable than anything else. My time with my children is spent full attention, full investment. I can either be wrestling with them, playing with them, or even if I'm lounging with them, I'm going home to be with my 6th son right now and my exponentially, hugely pregnant wife. And that time to me is so much more valuable than whatever you're asking me to do at work. And so I will find a way. I will do a side business. I will try my best to invest in my kids in a way that's valuable and that I can feel that I'm being the best father possible. So here we go, off to another adventure. Pray for me in 2025. I value all my audience so much. I pray for you guys, and I'm ever so grateful that I have the opportunity to share my thoughts as a therapist, as a father, as a believer, as a Christian, as a man, and somebody who has worked with men over tens of thousands of hours. I recognize that society has put a big old gigantic deuce on men over the last 5 years, maybe 10 years, and it's up to us as men to recapture what it is to be great. Believe in yourself. Don't listen to what the culture will tell you about manhood and masculinity. It's okay to be strong. It's okay to believe in yourself. It's okay to demand that your workplace and your bosses and even in your household that you are respected. Because ultimately all men want is respect more than anything. And that comes in a lot of forms. You can pay me a paycheck. You can grant me the ability to have a multitude of kids, having a beautiful wife, having a home that I can come home to, and having the respect of my children. Even though when I have toddlers, that can be limited. It can be an adventure to get respect from a toddler. But ultimately, having those respectable things is worth so much more to me than anything that an employer can provide. And you can pat me on a quantifiable way that you are going to be able to show me that you value me, and that's by giving me the ability to live up to my potential and giving me a paycheck that demonstrates that you quantifiably value me. And so pray for me as I go into my next work endeavor, and I will absolutely be here to give you all the updates on what it looks like to be a therapist for over a decade who's just finding an industry that's so full of things that are not God honoring. And I want to glorify God in all that I say and do, especially in the workplace, because I spend so much time there. It's so much of a majority of our effort and our energy goes towards our work. Please just pray that I would be able to honor God in my workplace so that I can move forward in a way that would be able to provide for my kids and to be able to give me an energy and an outlet for my passions, because that's what I'm looking for. So on the Rumble Right Dad, supposedly an expert in fatherhood. I've counseled fathers, I've been with dads trying to regain access to their children, and I've counseled tens of thousands of hours worth of men and women in such a fashion that I have at least been witness to almost every hardship that a family or a person can go through. And while I might not have all the answers for all those folks, if you ever looked me up, I have a 5-star rating on all health grades, because ultimately I just give respect to the people that are sitting in front of me. And now I'm trying to give that same respect to my audience while telling what's true. I believe first and foremost what the Bible says is true, and I believe that there's a revival going on, and that is going to be recaptured in our culture, and that's going to be something that's common sense and normal again, or at least accepted in society. It turns out the only religion that gets downgraded is Christianity. It's time to bring Christianity back to the forefront. So I would love the opportunity to learn more about you. And let's just take, sorry for the connection error, I'm obviously driving away from my job, but I would love the opportunity to earn your subscription, have this chance to go on this journey together. I love you guys, and please, shout out to Gabriella, shout out to Pietro, shout out to Ralph. I love you guys. I hope you are able to tune in. I wish you the best, and thank you so much for my audience. Thank you for all you guys that have tuned in. I've been really encouraged by this channel, even though it's really small. This is something that's a passion project of mine, and I would love for this to be something that could develop into more than just a passion project. So God bless you. God bless you, Gabriella. Please like and subscribe if you have the chance, and please pray for me in this next part of my journey. I'm so excited, and I'm excited to be with all of you.